Welcome back to another test drive video with PC Classic Cars. Today we're in the 71 Nova. This is a fun little Nova that I've actually owned. This is the second time I've owned it now. I bought it a couple years ago from a gentleman. It was an older gentleman. He's the one that supposedly did a lot of the work to the car, and it was done, I'd say, within the last 7-8 years, is I believe what he told me. I sold it to a local customer here in Texas. Him and his wife actually each bought a vehicle. He bought a Camaro and she bought this Nova, and they had the cars, I want to say, like a year and a half, almost 2 years. They had their fun with them and then traded them back in on something else. So that actually happens quite a bit, where we sell something to someone, they play with it for a little bit, trade it back in or sell it back to us, and we have a lot of vehicles that come, go, come back. So I always love getting vehicles that I've had before, especially really good vehicles like this Nova. As far as the mechanicals on this particular car, it does have a Blueprint Crate 350 in it. It's not the high horsepower. I got to go back and look at the specs. It's somewhere probably in the low 3s for the horsepower, but it runs really, really well. Turbo 350 behind it. So as far as drivability, it's a great cruising car. It doesn't have too much gear in the rear end where you can't hop on the highway. We'll close that vent window a little bit. It's got a little bit of wind noise from the vent window. Right now we're cruising about 65, 70 miles an hour, letting it warm up a little bit. As far as drivability goes, it's an excellent driving car. The steering is really responsive. The brakes feel really good. It's power steering, power disc brakes in the front. Does have a nice set of headers, dual exhaust into Flowmaster mufflers. Flowmasters, like I've mentioned many times in a lot of our test drive videos, it's our go-to muffler. It sounds good about, it sounds good behind just about everything. It's a pretty universal muffler, and it just sounds really, really good. Other great things about this Nova is how solid it is underneath. I didn't find any metal work done. The floors, the frame rails, the trunk, the drop downs, everything is extremely solid and no rust issues found, or really no rust replacement. So it's a good dry car underneath. Interior wise and inside the trunk, it does have this custom interior, custom door panels, seats, matching headliner, and then it does have the matching interior trunk panels in the back. I usually prefer stock style interior, but whoever did this one did a really nice job, and they did it with a purpose. It all goes together and it all looks really nice. Seats are nice and firm. Does have the really nice comfort grip steering wheel. This is kind of my universal and my general steering wheel that I put in a lot of GM stuff. It looks really good. Back on the interior, this is just a standard dash, so you just have your sweeping gauge for the speedometer, and then you have your fuel gauge on the left. At some point, someone added the 3 gauges under the dash to kind of monitor other stuff going on with the car, like you have your oil pressure, and then you have a temperature gauge, and then there actually is a small little tack down there in the center as well. Factory heat and AC. The AC on this has been upgraded. It has a Sandin style compressor. It is R134A. Air blows nice and cold, heat blows hot. 70, 75, 80. I don't know exactly what the gear ratio is in the rear end, but it has a nice highway gear. I'd say somewhere in the high threes, like a 323, somewhere in that range. So good highway Nova. Hop in it, cruise it with the family. If you wanted to take it somewhere, you could. I'm very confident in the mechanicals on it. As far as suspension goes, it looks like all stock style equipment for the front and the rear suspension. Has a really good road feel to it. No weird vibrations, no shakes, no weird shimmies or anything like that. Just a really good driving car. Plenty of power for whatever you want to do with it. As far as the cosmetics go, obviously this gunmetal gray or silver, or whatever you want to call it, dark silver, it's not the original color on the car. It was originally a lime green Nova, so the color change, definitely a benefit in my eyes. Paint looks good, not sure exactly when that was done. It's got some little nicks and little flaws, but overall for a car that someone's going to drive, it presents and it shows well. Walking up to it, it looks really nice. There's just little things that you can nitpick. All right, we'll take it down our bumpy road here. All of the glass is nice. The windshield's really clean, easy to see. The side windows roll up and down like they should. Back glass also looks really nice. My guess is the side glasses are probably original. Same thing with the quarter windows. The windshield has probably been replaced because that's really nice and clean. So my impression of this car going down our bumpy road here, it's a really, really comfortable ride. It's not beating you to death. Obviously this Nova isn't lowered. When you start lowering them, they tend to be a little bit of a rougher ride. This one feels like a stock ride, and it's just a comfortable car to drive down this road. All right, last couple turns here. We'll flip around and head back to the shop. I always like to keep a Nova or two in my inventory. It seems like I sell Novas just as fast as I sell Chevelles or Camaros. All of your GM stuff, Novas, Chevelles, Camaros, all three of those are really in the top list of things that we sell. This one being a super, super solid car, having the crate motor, the Blueprint crate motor, just a good combo. And like the first time we had it, I don't expect this car to last very long. With a Nova like this, being in the mid-30s, you get a lot of good value. You jump up into a Chevelle or a Camaro, you're going to expect to tack another 10, 15 grand on. If I had the same exact quality of a 71, 72 Chevelle, it would definitely be in the mid to upper 40s. So with a Nova, you get a really good car, but you're staying in that a little bit of a better price point in that mid-30s. Excuse me. Go. Like always, thanks for watching. If there's anything else that y'all would like to see, leave a comment, send us a message. Feel free to follow us on all of our socials. PC Classic Cars on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And then always, we're always obviously on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the rest of our test drive videos and all of the upcoming inventory. We post new stuff every single day. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.